What up? 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 What's good, man? So essentially, as you can see, L for today. L for today. Very low, very small L. As you can see, $176. Very low. Okay, because usually I risk around 1,000 or 500 or something like that. But let me explain you why did I risk less and why did I take these trades and what could I have done better. Well, first of all, I'm not mad at all with both of these. I took essentially one L and one stops to break even, meaning that, I mean, now we're getting to the take profits, etc. But essentially, I took this trade. First, I'm gonna start with the low risk. Why did I risk less? Because we traders, we have to always make sure that our winners are bigger in size compared to their losses. And how do we do that? By risking more on the higher probability and risking less on the low probability. And also risk-short ratio, risk versus profit. Okay, so there's like 5 things that caused me to risk less today. First of all, we had a weekly time frame liquidity sweep right here. Right here, sweep of liquidity, which causes the price to go down, right? But if I'm going to buy on that day, I'm going to obviously risk less because there's like a lot of shit that's willing to push the price down. But then we had a liquidity sweep right here. We got the MSS, the confirmation that the price is going to go up right here, the second BOS. Normally, I would have entered right here on the second BOS, which would have caused me to buy, to get a nice winner, put stop loss below this down candle, enter, and now this would have gotten to my TP. But the reason why I didn't enter that because at this time, when the BOS happens, I was still checking if there actually was a sweep of liquidity, because some brokers just showed that there wasn't a sweep of liquidity. Some showed that there was a sweep of liquidity, but at the end of the day, then I saw that it was a sweep of liquidity. Because sometimes when the liquidity sweeps happens like barely, then it's like I have to make sure that it happens in every broker. As you can see, that's why I have these brokers on the right to be like checking. Okay, so essentially what I did, I was like, okay, I realized it was a sweep of liquidity. That's a nice reaction. So I'm gonna enter the third breaker structure. Got stopped out, okay, because we already start to get lower late in the session. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you why did I risk less today. So there's 5 things, okay. Like I said, the weekly time frame sweep of liquidity on the buy side, so it's gonna push the price down. So if I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna risk less, obviously. And the buyers told us to buy, so nice. And as you can see, it's still going up, so we were right? And second thing, pre-market absolute dog shit. Look at this, absolute dog shit. Consolidation, okay, not good of a look. Okay. Third thing, we had 10 a.m. news, which usually causes the price to slow down after that. And also, this would have gave us a nice MSS as well. But there was right before the news, I'm never gonna enter. But this would have been a nice MSS short right there to this liquidity. But I didn't because news happened at 10, right? Happened, right? I'm not the biggest fan of 10 a.m. news, and I never trade during news and right before news, by the way. And third thing, did I say the third thing? Did I say the... No, fourth thing. So the third thing was the news. Fourth thing was the news of the war in Middle East, right? There was the freaking ceasefire news, okay? So that's going to also affect the markets. Fifth thing. What was the fifth thing? Let me think, bro. Well, there was a fifth. Oh, yeah. Of course, bro. Fifth thing, one of the biggest reasons was that the trade was about to, like, this was 10:24 Eastern Standard Time, AM. Okay, so the more late we get into the AM session, the less I'm going to risk, because that just slows down the markets. It increases consolidation attacks, which is sideways movement that we literally see right here, because there's not many buyers in the markets right now, and there's equal amount of buyers and sellers, etc. So it's going to move the price sideways. And sideways movement, even though if your bias is correct, as you see, we had the bias correct, it went up, it may still stop you out moment, because it will move sideways, it may momentarily take you out and then go to the TP. Okay, so that's why I risk less. And as you saw, where was the PNL? Where was the goddamn PNL? Right here. Minus $176. Okay, that's nothing. Okay, last time I took a trade, it was plus 2.7 thousand. So that's just beautiful. I hope you learn from this one. We could always make sure that when we win, we're right. And when we win, what am I yapping, bro? When we're right, we make more than when we're wrong. Okay, if that makes sense. But now you know. Okay, now you know. So I would take this trade again and again. We tap this fair value gap, we continue up. I was like, okay, let me take another trade on this because we still respect this fair value gap right here. There was a 5-minute fair value gap right here, tapped into, respected, which is good. And then we broke structure once here, and then I took it. And around here, I moved the stop loss to break even. So this was the original stop loss. So I moved the stop loss to break even right here. And then essentially it was 1L, 1BE. So man, happens to the best of us. There goes the winning streak. RIP. But I'm going to take that, okay? So 1L, 1BE for today. And man, I'm going to take it like a G, okay? Agile cash, agile trades also take losses. The best traders in the world also take losses. I'm not saying I'm the best trader. Actually, fuck it, I am. That's what we gotta think. That's a mindset as well. We gotta always think we're the best. Okay, that's how you know. I'm the best trader who just took a loss. All right, bro. Enough yapping, bro. But if you really want to learn, then I recommend understanding these market conditions. I mean, if you really want to make money, I recommend understanding these market conditions because this is like everything. You have to risk more on right market condition, on high probability, risk less on low probability because it's not always about the trading strategy. Okay, because low probability with the trading strategy will usually end up with a higher chance of loss, as you saw today. And just look at the pre-market. This is not a good look. This is just consolidation. I mean, if you go to the 5-minute time frame, look at this shit. This absolute dog shit. Now we start to move smoothly, but slowly and steadily. But essentially, man, hope you learned from this one. L for today. And as usual, I will see you on the other side. Peace out, man.